today we're making quesadillas, more specifically chicken quesadillas. Really simple ingredients, and this dish is always a big hit here. So, grilled chicken, which I just put on the grill and nothing on it, let it grill till it was done. These were a little thick and I didn't want it to get dry. So after it was cooked on the outside for a minute or two, I split it and just put this face down so it would cook through without drying out. Onions, red peppers, green peppers, jalapeno because we like it spicy, and some cilantro. If you buy cilantro in the store, you really need to smell it because it looks just like flat leaf parsley, but you can definitely smell the difference. And even though they're interchangeable, they're both green, they're not interchangeable. So I've already started cutting some of this up, and you'll see it's pretty evenly formed. Onions, red and green peppers. I'm gonna chop up the rest, and then we'll start getting it together. Be right back. Okay, so now I've chopped up all of the onions, red and green peppers, and I'm gonna chop up the jalapenos. They come in a jar. You could use fresh, but I like things easy, so I don't. I just get as much liquid out as I can. And chop them up. That pan is already heating right there. I'm gonna add a little olive oil to it. Just a rough chop. Right in with the peppers and onions. I actually like a little more, but these are fine. I'm going to add some olive oil. We're also going to put cheese in this, but that's later. I know I didn't list it as an ingredient, but it will be listed at the end. So that's getting hot. And I'm going to add the cilantro, but not till later. It wilts pretty quick, so I'm going to wait till the peppers and onions mixture cooks first. So now these are going in. This is going to cook down when it's cooked. When the peppers and onions are soft, you know they're done. So this is going to take a little bit. I'm going to add the jalapeno, or added the jalapeno. I will add this when they're just about done, and I'll come back for that. Okay, so the peppers and onions are coming along nicely. You see they're really starting to wilt. And I'm going to wash the cilantro, and this is the easiest way to wash it and get all of the moisture out. So wash it, if I want to chop it up. You can use a towel, this was handier. Squeeze the water out. Unwrap it. And chop it up. You can really smell it when you start to chop it. That's how I knew it was cilantro one time when I bought it for meatballs, thinking it was parsley. And as soon as I started cutting it, I realized it wasn't flat leaf parsley. Okay, they're almost done, so I'm going to throw this in. And it's going to wilt as it cooks. And then I'm going to chop up my chicken, about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger as the peppers and onions. And we'll put it all together. Be back. Welcome back. Okay, well, these are basically cooked through. I started chopping up the chicken. I want it to be almost the same size as the peppers and onions, maybe a little bigger. It's hard to get in that small anyway. Cut it lengthwise, chop it up. The cilantro has wilted completely into the dish. Add the chicken. Give it a few minutes, minute or two. It's all done, it's all incorporated. Shut it off. Now I'm going to take this mixture and let it cool, because I'm going to mix in chicken, cheese, before I make the quesadillas. And if it's hot, the cheese will just melt completely and become stringy. So it has to sit and cool off before I can put the cheese in. So it'll sit for a little while and we'll be back. Okay, so we've cut up and sauteed red peppers, green peppers, cilantro, jalapeno, onions, and I grilled chicken. Cut that up. It's all ready to go. It has cooled. Now I'm going to mix in the cheese. Today I have sharp cheddar and I've got some cheddar jack. I may not need this. I'll see when I mix it up, but just dump it in. I like a lot of cheese because it will melt as I cook these. Just mix it up. This pan is heating up as we speak. And that looks like to be enough cheese. Now this is a lot of mixture and it'll make a good amount of quesadillas. I like to eat them as we make them. I don't like to make a whole bunch in advance because heating them up, they just get kind of soggy. But this will keep. So I'll make enough for Nick and I, say for dinner tonight. I'll put this in the fridge and maybe do more tomorrow for lunch. If you want to, you can freeze it after you've mixed this all up. Put it in a Ziploc bag, take the air out, freeze it, take it out a week or two later, when you want to make it. So this is ready to go. I'll get a flour tortilla, 2 of them. Open that up. Take 2 out. Fill it. Good amount. Don't go all the way to the edge because it'll leak out and then this cheese will burn on the pan. That's about as much as you need. Cover it. Now, I do mine with butter, so the pan is hot, and I just want to butter this a little bit. Put that in. Press it down. Let it toast on one side. It'll take about a minute depending on how high or hot the pan is. Then I'm going to turn it and do the other side, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so one side is done, and I like to do butter for both, so I'll just pick it up, move it out here for 1 second. A little more butter. Nobody said this was a diet dinner. Hold it, lay it down. That's about as crispy as you want it. I mean, you could do it lighter, you could do it darker. Don't do it too high or the cheese will just completely come out. But you want enough where the cheese melts. We'll let that one side finish and then we'll cut it up and shove it. Okay, so our first quesadilla is done. And I'm just going to cut it into 4s. I like to serve it with sour cream. That's how I like to eat it and serve it. Pickle de gallo if you like it. And that's it. Chicken quesadillas. Enjoy.